What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello, welcome everybody to another live stream here with Vladanoob. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome once again. So yeah, today I'm back in Explain 12 once again. This is our third stream in Explain 12 in a row, and I'm going to be flying this for a particular reason. You know what? Let me put a little poll in the chat so you guys can answer that for me. Okay. Alrighty. All right, I have just attempted to start a little poll here. There we go. Yeah, I've started a little poll for you guys to answer for me. Which simulator should I fly in on the next stream? But for today, of course, we're going to be flying in Explain 12 with the SSG 7478 freighter. That is what we'll be flying today. We're going to be taking it from Dubai to Muscat in Oman. So that's going to be OMDB to OOMS. It's going to be a short flight, but one that's very, very important because I'm trying to learn more and more in Explain 12. I'm trying to get myself accustomed to the controls, to the behavior of the simulator, as well as the aircraft. Less of the aircraft, to be honest with you, because it's the same thing, but it's more of getting accustomed to the simulator and the way it does things, the controls and stuff like that, and the general behavior. and the flight dynamics and the feeling of it. So yeah, I'm back in X-Plane 12. This was supposed to be an MSFS stream, but I switched it up. So yeah, we're going to be flying the SSG 747, which I bought months ago and I've never used really. I have flown one flight with it, and that's literally it. So today we're going to jump in here and fly this beautiful bird. I don't have good impressions of this aircraft. Let's see if we can change that today. I don't think it's worth the purchase. I think it's much better that that money is spent on something else. But yeah, to start off, I love the texturing on the outside from this distance. One thing that I really miss, one thing in my opinion that aircrafts are really lacking on, particularly, I don't know, I've never really noticed it in Microsoft Flight Sim, that sheen, that shiny paint. This is something that I really like. The newly painted sheen of an aircraft is something that I haven't really been able to notice too much, and in this aircraft it's very visible. You can see how shiny it is. You can see how reflective the paint is. It's really cool and very nice. So I enjoy that, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the way how that looks. So yeah, we are here in Dubai, which is a handcrafted airport here in X-Plane 12, and I have to say, just because of the way how the camera is set up in X-Plane 12, it looks 1,000 times better here. At least in the night, it looks so much better. Because if we're in MSFS, and this is a stand I've been in multiple times, by the way, obviously some of the details are lacking here because, for example, there's a bit of a signage over here, you know, some lights and signs and letters and stuff that are missing over here. But nonetheless, if we were standing at this exact same stand, which I've flown out of quite a number of times in MSFS, you will see that the terminal building is much tinier. Because of the way how the camera is set up, it looks much smaller. Like it looks like about this big in MSFS, which is weird and odd and inaccurate. Right? Obviously with chase plane you can adjust the zoom and the pan to make sure it comes out correctly, but still it's odd by default in MSFS, and that's something that X-Plane really takes a good care of. Right now I feel that immersion, you know what I mean? This is something that I really like in X-Plane 12. The perspective of things, the sizes of things, the relative sizes of things are all much better in X-Plane 12 compared to the way how it's set up in MSFS. I think they tried to be too fancy in MSFS, set up the camera too fancy, and in the process they took away the immersion completely. But anyway, having noted that and said that, let's go into this lovely aircraft, get it started, and let's fly on towards Oman. Okay, we're in the cockpit. Let's turn on the flashlight here, and we can yeah, we can't see much. It's okay. Let's attach the external power here. Chocks are on. Let's go up here. Let's get our batteries. No, those are not batteries. This is battery. There we go. And let's get external power hooked up. There we go. And we are completely off here. Nav lights can come on. Where are the dome lights? Oh, there's the dome light. Need a bit of dome light going on. Bit of that, we need a bit of that. There we go, that's good. I'll turn on the storm lights for a second here as well. Emergency lights are already armed. Nav lights are on. That's fantastic. Left and right utility, I'll turn that on here. I'll put these on automatic. Those are the bus ties, and then I'll leave the generators on. Obviously they're not gonna power on or whatever, but I'm gonna leave those on. I'm gonna leave that the way it is. Window heats, I'll leave them off. Yaw damper, I'll leave them on, but they're not gonna work for the time being. That's okay. Engine bleeds, I'll leave them on, although obviously they're not gonna work for the time being. I'm gonna leave these isolation valves thingies on. They're not gonna work obviously, but yeah, good. Let's put our nav here on the IRS systems. And our we can go to normal on this if we want to, but for now I think, you know what, let's go to norm on these. There we go. I don't know where, if there is a... I don't know if there is a nice little option for our voice recorder to be turned on manually. I don't see that anywhere, so I'm not really... Standby power to automatic. Thank you very much. Okay, we're looking good. Alrighty. Anas, how are you doing? I'm doing well, man. How are you doing, Mr. Anas? Welcome to the stream. And I forgot, we need lossless scaling today. So we're gonna get that running as well. Okay, brilliant. Now once that's all running and set up and all that stuff, good stuff. Let's come down here to the FMC. This is where the frame rate suffers. Only when I switch from FMC to the other view. This is the only time frame rate suffers. All other views are perfectly fine. So that's something funny with the SSG, but it's not too bad. Position initialization, I'm going to pick that up, put that in there. And reference airport is OMDB. Clear that. There we go. Ta-da! Done. Now our route today, I need to pull up SimBrief for this, by the way. Okay, let me get SimBrief in here. Alright, our route today takes us out of runway 30 left. 30 left. And OOMS, which is Muscat. We're going to put that in. Right now I can't see the chat. I'm just typing in stuff. Activate that. Let's go to our route. We're going to fly to Anvix, which is the end of our departure out of Dubai here. And then we're going to fly via L223. Oh God. I have to go slowly on this. L223, we're going to fly to Tardy. Hopefully we won't be tardy when we reach Tardy. Dry jokes. Okay, whatever. Not funny. Okay, then N629. We're going to use N629 to Musuk. It's a funny name. Okay, and then we're going to go T511 to MCT, which I'm actually not going to do today, but we're going to program it in for now. Because I don't want to go to MCT. MCT is like an NDB or something right next to the airport. We really don't. Your rendering options are set too high. Explain can't run in real time with the current settings. Over a minute. Yeah, I know. On the ground, it's pretty difficult in this view for SSG to work properly. That is one of the issues I have. So you can see that the FPS is actually 19. If you guys are seeing it smoother than 19, it's just because... what do you call it? Lossless scaling is running. So this is an issue I have with SSG. Now, the only way to fix this is actually to enable one of the lower super sampling anti-aliasing things on, which I don't want to do for the time being, but you know, it's just what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, it is just what it is. But for now, I'm just going to continue like this. It's okay for now. We'll be fine once we get up off the ground, hopefully. If it's not, I'll look into settings. Okay, so that's literally it. Alrighty, flight number as usual is FDNX is what I like to use. And let's go to our departure arrival first. Departure out of OMDB today is 30 left using ANV7F, and we're going to execute that. Arrival into OMS is runway 08 left, where we're going to use the ILS. And the arrival I want to use is Musu 1 Victor. It's actually not part of the flight plan, but I want to use it. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is interesting. certain keys aren't working. ILS execute. This is how I want to go with it, but it's not going to let me do that right now. Interesting, right? Anyway, let's go to our performance initialization, and we have got stuff to do here. Let's come down here. As you can tell, this is much better. Let's come down here. Let's go to our loads today, and I hope it's in kgs. Let's switch to pounds. It takes quite a while to set this up, huh? In pounds today, our payload is 256,600 and whatever. So let's go 256.6. So let's do this. Let's load that up. That's our payload for the day. Okay. And our fuel for the day is 63,000 pounds. 63.1. Let's load that up as well. Okay, so we're loading both of these nicely here. And zero fuel weight. Okay, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. This should work. The way I'm doing it, it should work. We've got nothing in the central tank, nothing in the wingtip. This thing can carry a lot of fuel. God damn. There we go. Got full fuel now. 256.4. Estimated takeoff weight at 740. That's close enough for us today. So we're going to go in here. We're going to press this to get the zero fuel weight in there. Reserve fuels today. Now that's interesting. Reserve fuel today is supposed to be 11.1. 11.1 in reserves. And then we have our cruising altitude, which is supposed to be 20,000 apparently, but I'm going to go 200 today. It's a very short flight. I don't think we can do that. And then for cost index, we are going to 162. So let's do 162 on the cost index. That's good enough. Thrust limit today. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's calculate all of this stuff. DTO1 is what we're supposed to be in, and we're supposed to use a selected temperature of 59, which might not work. I don't exactly fully understand how this works, so I'm not very used to the SSG systems here. Flaps 10 today for takeoff, and we've got our V speeds already, and these 220 /10. It doesn't let me put these in, so that's something that I really don't understand why that does that. But anyway, got our V speeds, and I'm just gonna go with them. So we got V2 at 176, VR at 169, V1 at 157. So we need about 190, 200 on the auto throttle here today. Okay, let's go to thrust limit, takeoff, next page. Okay, all of this looks good, but I don't understand. Unable cruise altitude. Forget about that. We'll be okay. I know we'll be okay, so I'm not worried about this. So if we come through our flight plan here, there are no... Okay, there is a discontinuity right there. I'm going to put it lock up here. Execute that. Okay. Good. And we just need to remove MCT from here. We don't want MCT, so let's delete MCT from here, and then we're gonna put it lock to the discontinuity, and we're gonna execute that as well. And ta-da, we got our flight plan. Good. Let's center this. Let's increase the range on that for takeoff right there. Let's increase, actually we're fine here. Good. Now, what is our altimeter right now? 29.88. Let's set that up. 29.88 on both sides, which is kind of accurate. It's not exactly accurate, is it? I don't think it's accurate. Hold on. I don't think it's exactly accurate. Let me try it. Let me try it. Anyone on the chats? No, nobody in the chats. It's quiet here. So let me just continue setting this up here. It's 29.88. Yeah, it is accurate actually. So we're on 29.88. We can put our FDs on here. Auto throttle should be at about 200 knots, basically 196 to be honest. Okay, this is something I hate about X-Plane. It does that all the time for me. So 196. Oh, come on. Auto throttle armed. Seems to work. What is our runway heading today? Runway heading today is 299, which our initial climb out altitude 10,000 feet as usual. You know what, we'll climb out straight to 20,000 today because it is a short flight, so rather than waiting for 10,000 first, I'm just gonna go straight to 20,000 feet if this thing will let me. Okay, this is gonna take forever. Oh, come on. This is very annoying. Okay, 20,000 feet. LNAV available. VNAV available. We're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Good. That's great. We have everything working well. Alrighty. Given all of this, let's go ahead and start up our APU now. It's time for us to start the APU. If we come down here, we can see the APU coming to life somewhere here. Well, it should come to life. Let's find out. Yeah, there it is. APU coming to life right there, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna just wait for that to happen. Let's pre-plan our pushback today, which is fascinating. So pushback, let's pre-plan our pushback. Plugins, better pushback, pre-plan it, please. See, this is where I want the aircraft to be, right?
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Okay, let's come down to our TCAS here. Where's our TCAS? Where's our TCAS? TCAS is supposed to be on that one right there. Let's use 2000. Our nav radios, let's set that up in advance here. ILS, MLS 108.90 into our Muscat here. Let me double check that. Yeah, IML 108.90 is correct, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, that is perfectly fine here. Alrighty, we are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. We are good to go. I believe APU has finished booting up. Yes, it is, and APU generators are available. We're gonna switch to APU. Okay, what just happened? Oh God, I don't know why I always do this. Number 2, we can disconnect that. Our parking brakes are on, so we can remove the chocks there as well. Let's go back up here. APU generators are on. Excellent. Everything else is looking good. Window heats can come on there. Engine bleeds can come on. APU bleed can come on. APU bleed can go on as well. So there we go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Everything here is looking okay. These will come to life in just a bit. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. Hydraulic pumps, hey? We'll put the dome lights on a bit. We don't need the floodlights on the panel, do we? Okay. We do need the panel lights here. That's for sure. We need the seatbelt signs on. Where are the other panel lights? How do I get this panel light to light up? Je ne donne no pas. How do I get this thing to light up here? These are the display brightnesses. I don't think messing with that is going to achieve anything. Yeah, none of these seems to be what I'm looking for. How do I get this panel light? Where are those? Where are those? Are those here? Where are these lights? How do I get the panel lights on this on? I don't know. Oh, there it is. I think I found it. This one. This one? Yeah, I think... What? No, hold on. I think this needs to go up and this needs to come down, right? Yeah, this is it, right? Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Okay. So I'm going to leave this on a little bit because I do want some lighting on there. Of some kind, right? And map light a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Same thing on this side. We want a little bit of map light there. There we go. That I believe is good enough for us to get on out of here. Good. Excellent. We're looking good. This is great. Alrighty. I think we're ready for pushback here. Pretty much everything else is set up. So I'm just going to go to better pushback. Start the pushback, please.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
There we go. We've got good frame rates outside. It's just in the cockpit is not good for some reason. That's just weird. That's just how it goes with SSG. And only in particular views too, so it's kind of strange. There we go. Got our pushback. Better pushback is honestly better than GSX as well in MSFS. Better pushback is the way to go. Look at all those lights. Very nice.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Ready to connect. Thank you very much. MSFS 100%. Oh. Well, I only have one vote so far, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, if at least 5 people don't vote in the poll, it's irrelevant. The vote is considered, the poll is considered null and void. At least 5 people don't vote. So if 5 people don't vote, there's no point. Yeah, just one vote so far doesn't count. I assume that's honest.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Release parking brake. Let's get ready to start ourselves up here. Release parking brake.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Starting pushback and start engines. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Started already. Okay, in that case, let's go up here. Let's get those beacon lights to both. And bleed is fine. We're gonna leave all the bleeds on here. So let's go ahead and get that engine started up. Let's go to engine there. There we go. Let's flick that open. Auto start. See, it doesn't work. Look at that. The pushback doesn't work properly. That's one of the issues I have with SSG as well. The pushback doesn't work. You see, it doesn't really work. So, I don't know why that is. Oh, I think I know why though. Let me just ask the thing to stop now. Stop our pushback. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, engine number 2. Auto start. I think it's because I had the hydraulics off. I'm not sure. Turn these on. We need all the fuel pumps on, by the way. Disconnect. Yeah, we're looking good.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you very much, sir. Should definitely have a good flight. Alrighty, let's continue with our engine startup here. Let's pull number 3. Engine start number 3. There we go. Run it. Auto start. We can go ahead and turn on some lights here, so we have better visibility in general. Taxi lights can come on. Okay, I think we're good now. So I think this is inverted. Yeah, it's inverted. SSG has some issues, man. It does have some issue. We cannot take our eyes off of that. There are some issues with this SSG. Definitely some issues. Particularly when it comes to lighting, there are some issues here. Okay, final engine. Let's do that. There we go. Let's flick that open. Can put our flaps down to position 10. There we go. TCAS is still there. I got plenty of lights. We're obviously a little off where we should be, but that's okay. We'll just take this taxiway right here. We're looking good. We're looking good. I have a problem with inadvertently pressing buttons in X-Plane 12. I always do that. Okay, let's go up here. Let's get these cross-feed valves open before it gives me trouble about it. Leave the center tank pumps off, obviously. Everything else here is looking ready to go. And we are definitely ready to go for taxi, okay? So let's pull that off there. Let's give it a bit of power. Let's move our aircraft, twist it this way. There we go. There we go. And let's bring it in right here. Okay. Excellent. Now we are ready to go and get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Our frame rates are looking much more decent apart from this one view where it will never be decent. But apart from that, we are looking good. All right. Brilliant. Finally, looking great. We're pretty much ready for takeoff now, right? Oh, we need auto brakes to RTO. Packs 1 and 3 off. Oh, why are they off? Oh, we forgot to turn on our packs. The APU are off there, and let's put our APU off as well. So let's do that. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to take off from here. 36 minutes, a little longer than I would like, but you know, it's okay. Considering this is my second ever flight on a 747 in years. Not even months. This is my second ever flight on a 747 in years. In any sim. So it's going to be a fun one. Let's see how it goes. Looking forward to it. Get a bit more of oomph here. Again, we're a very large aircraft, so as slow as we appear, our ground speed isn't too bad at 11 knots. Let's just give it a bit of oomph though. Oomph. Flap set, auto brake set, spoilers no need to be armed there. This is Boeing. And emergency lights up here, everything is set correctly. No warnings on the display there. It's not an ECAS, is it? Boeing does not have an ECAS. So everything here is looking clear and ready to go. Brilliant. Yeah, we need to give it a bit more of oomph because of this terrain, to be honest. Should we turn here or what? We need to use the whole runway today, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, this terrain is causing a bit of issue here, huh? It's a little bit of elevation there to get rid of, to get over, whatever you want to call it. There we go. That is much better. There we are. There's the runway stop lights right there. So the runway we're trying to line ourselves up with. I want the whole runway today because it is a giant bird that we're flying, so we're gonna keep going here. Give it a bit more oomph. Let's go all the way till the end. Runway 30, stop ahead. We can continue till here, I guess. Somewhere here is good, I believe. Runway turn of lights on. Yeah, I think this is good, right? Okay, then this turn is definitely good. This turn is definitely good. Runway lights on. Runway ahead, there we go. Runway 30 left. We can stop our aircraft right here. And then we can go strobe lights on. All the lights are on, basically. Yeah, every light is on. And then we can go to our TCAS. Where is the TCAS again? Oh, right here. We can go to TA. Yeah, not TARA, just TA. Okay, ready for takeoff. Let's give it a bit of oomph here. Parking brake is off. And we'll turn straight onto the runway. We need to turn left here. I'll get it onto the runway. and get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Check that out. There's our runway of choice. 30 left. Look at this beautiful bird. Look at that night lighting. Look at that X-plane night lighting. Gotta love it. There we go. Looking good. Ready for takeoff pretty much. We'll line up and get on out of here. The runway is a bit crooked. Yeah, elevation is not X-plane's forte. But there we go. Lining up nice and easy. There we go. Looking great. The lighting is amazing. Let's go for it. Let's punch it. Punch it till there and we're on for takeoff.
knots.
I have to concentrate. Come on.
V1.
Okay. The end of the runway is approaching.
Rotate.
Rotate. Let's go.
V2.
Oh, lordy. That is a difficult takeoff. Positive rate. Gear up. Oh, good lord, that's hard. That was not an easy takeoff, huh? Okie dokie. Alright. I'm still manually flying this, obviously. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Let's see if the FD is actually working today. So last time I flew, the FD wasn't working. Okay, we're good. We're still good. There we go, everybody. We're leaving behind Dubai. So good. Okay. Yep, FD is working today, so I can use it. Good. Good. That's excellent. That is excellent. This is fantastic. Much more realistic than MSFS by a mile. I'm not gonna retract my flaps just yet. We don't have a good amount of airspeed just yet, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. We're looking great here. I do need to... Oh lordy, I do need to give it off to the autopilot. Let me just give it off to the autopilot now. So we can take a look at the views, huh? There we go. Nice. There we are. We just left behind Dubai. Obviously the scenery isn't as great, but it's fantastic here. I like it. Let me put the flaps up just to position number 5. Let's try that. Flying a little close to the edge there. Runway turn-off lights, where are they? If I can get them accurately. Okay. Runway turn-off lights, that needs to go off as well. Let's see, what is the warning here? It's just the speed, right? Okay, let's put that back up to position number 1. Let's increase the range on this. Increase the range on this by 1 as well. There you go. Looking good. As we climb out to 20,000 feet. A little close there to airspeed coming low. Can wait a bit more for that flaps up. Wait. Check that out. It's fascinating, isn't it? The lighting is a little too amber. It's way too orange, isn't it? The lighting is a little too orange. If it was a bit more lighter, it would have been better. But it's still pretty cool. Honestly, just the fact that the flight dynamics is so much better, the physics is so much better, makes up for the lack of visuals, in my opinion. It's pretty cool. X-Plane is more satisfying. Which sim should I fly in the next stream? Oh, interesting. So far 3 votes only, but that's interesting. It's interesting. Speed is still very low here. Waiting for the speed to pick up. Let's go a little higher on that. Come on. Come on. Okay, our speed is still too low. Coming up on 10,000 feet here, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn these lights off. I hope all the other lights are good, and our passenger signs or whatever can come to automatic. Right, there we go. Now I think let me try and pull the flaps up. Because we've crossed 10,000 feet, it should go faster. It should be okay. There we go. Yeah, still too close to that low airspeed. We're climbing out okay. It's a heavy aircraft today. So yeah, it's good. There is Dubai Airport that we are leaving behind. Let's take a look at some... Yeah, we do need to go and set our altimeters to standard in just a bit. After we do that, we'll take a look at some cinematic views as well. The lighting doesn't really come in very well. The terrain loading is a little bit off at night, but it's pretty cool. Still pretty cool in my opinion. Yeah, explains the real deal. When we come to 13,800, that I believe is the transition altitude around Dubai, or at least 13,000 feet, and we're gonna put that into standard. So let's prepare ourselves to do that. Apart from that, there isn't much else to do. Our speed is climbing finally, and that's okay. Let's set this to standard now, right? Yeah, let's go standard on it. Tyra, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hello there, hello there. How are you? I'm well. How are you? How are you doing, Tyra? How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm flying the 747 in X-Plane 12 today, so that is something you've probably never seen. Finally making use of this purchase, which is good. Do I recommend you getting the SSG so far? No, but at the same time, it is kind of nice in a way, you know, to have something different flying around. And I must say, X-Plane realism is pretty cool when it comes to the way how the aircrafts behave, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Got a 50-50 down the middle for X-Plane 12 and MSFS, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Very nice. Very nice. Okie dokie. We are climbing up towards our cruise altitude. Excellent. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Leave the dome lights on for a second here, because why not, right? Not that bright though, just a little bit. I missed yesterday's stream and I was worried I was late for today. No. You know what it is? What I'll try to do is I want to stream from about 2 hours earlier is when I'm supposed to start. And I'm supposed to be ending the stream by now, but I think a better way to approach it is to have a balance. So I think today's timing was much better. So yeah, you are not at all late. We've just taken off from Dubai. As a matter of fact, we can still see Dubai airport right there in the distance. There it is. So we've just taken off and we're on our way to Oman. Alright, let's go check out some views, shall we? It's time for us to check out some views. Cinematic. Come on, there we go. Pitch dark ahead of us. And here you are, your favorite view of the belly view there as well. Nice. Now we'll go on and check out some flyby views and all that good stuff as we climb out to our cruising altitude of just 20,000 feet today. Okay. Okay, there's our altitude, the horn there, 1,000 feet, and there we are. Topo climb coming up. Where is our topo descent? Topo descent is right in front of Botam is where the topo descent is. We got time for that. So here's my whole opinion on nighttime flying in X-Plane. Compared to Microsoft 2020, nighttime flying in X-Plane is much better, okay? However, compared to 2024, nighttime flying is pretty much the same depending on where you're flying and what you're flying. In terms of visuals and lighting, I think 2024 nighttime lighting is way better than 2020, and X-Plane 12 sits somewhere in the middle in my opinion. At the same time, there are aspects of the lighting at night in X-Plane 12 which are even better than MSFS 2024 too, so it's kind of like a trade-off. But yeah, definitely better than 2020, no question about it. 2020 night flights were impossible because all you saw was pitch dark, no matter what was going on. In X-Plane 12, that's not how it is. In MSFS 2024, that's not how it is. So that's great. This SSG doesn't do the X-plane night lighting any justice because the aircraft doesn't really look that great. Particularly by the wings, it looks kind of odd, doesn't it? But there are other aircrafts that look great at night. So it's kind of like a trade-off. Nonetheless. Look at that effect from the engines. The heat blur is really cool. We are looking good. I love it. I love it. So we're flying real time and real weather today in Dubai and Oman. That's what it is. Let's jump back into the cockpit for a second, just make sure that everything is good here. It is. Everything is good. Did we check our trim before taking off? Where do you even set the trim in the 747? You only have the pickle switches? Okay, I'm back. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Welcome back. I didn't think you were gone. Hi. Welcome back. Nice to have you in the chat. How long is this flight? This flight is technically 40 minutes long, our flying time. Let me be accurate for you here. To be accurate, yeah, that's exactly accurate. It's about 40 minutes flying time. But yeah, 40 minutes flying time. We will be there in about half an hour. Half an hour we'll be touching down for sure. We don't even need fast forward today. It's a short flight, so we don't really need fast forward today. It's going to be a short flight and we're gonna make it into Oman in no time. Maybe even as our top of descent is just like 10 minutes away. I'm not even kidding. So we're going to begin descending in like 10-15 minutes. We're gonna start descending already, and from there it's just gonna be another 10 minutes till touchdown. I estimate we're gonna go pretty quick today. I have to be careful. Like I said, I have this habit of inadvertently pressing things in X-plane and enabling things in X-plane and all that bad stuff that I always do. So that's something. Another issue with X-plane that I have is you can actually make adjustments to the switches inside the inside the cockpit from the exterior view. So here's what I mean. If you do look at the way how the cursor changes. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me show you guys that for a second. Check this out. See the way how the cursor changes when I'm outside and I decide to wait. Where's the cursor? Can you guys not see the cursor? Why can't you guys see the cursor? What the hell? I thought you guys could see the cursor. What? Can you guys not see the cursor? That is insane. Wait, hold on. What? I've got capture cursor on and it's not capturing the cursor for some reason. That's interesting. Oh, I did not know that. For some reason in X-plane 12 I can't capture it. But in the previous streams they used to be there. It's not like they were. Oh, what have I just done? See what I mean? I always press stuff by accident. I don't want to press anything by accident. Oh, well, that sucks. It sucks that you guys can't see. Some flights I've seen it, others haven't noticed it. Oh, I did not know. It's supposed to be showing right now, but for some reason, is it because of lossless scaling? It might be because of lossless scaling as well. Yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, my point is that you guys can actually, like, you can actually manipulate controls from that are inside the cockpit from outside the cockpit. So you have to be really careful when pressing stuff. So yeah, I need to work on that issue, huh? Four votes split down the middle so far for both of you guys, X-Plane 12 and MSFS. So let's see which one wins. Botam. Okay, we're coming up on our top of descent. I need to get back in here. Let me get back in here, go to the stream flight section. And here we are. Okay, top of descent is coming up. Let's go down, ladies and gentlemen. Straight down. I want to go down towards... Where are we going down towards? We need to go down towards 2,200 feet. So let's do 2,200 feet. If you could be an actual pilot, would you choose to be commercial or fighter? Definitely a fighter pilot. That's more my game than a commercial stuff. I'm not really a commercial kind of guy, to be honest with you. So yeah, definitely a fighter pilot. I'd be much better at it. I'm not a good commercial pilot. You can often tell by the way I fly these planes that I couldn't give less of a damn about commercial flying, to be honest. I like to fly as if I'm in a fighter, but yeah. Speed brake, armed auto brake, it can come down to 2. Number 6, let me just put our passenger signs. Not that it matters, but I'm just going to leave it on here anyway. As we come into descent, look at that. We're already descending into Oman, so we're going to be landing in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes if we have delays, but 15 minutes is all we're going to do. It's a straight in. I don't expect any delays. We're not using an ATC or any of that. Let's go here. Let's go to our approach. We're going 30 degrees on our flaps and we're going to approach with 160 degrees as our speed. So there you go. That's done already and we're ready to go. Very evidently your passengers go for a proper ride. Yeah, that is the problem. The passengers, you know, they have a ride of a lifetime with me when it comes to commercial flying. So yeah, I'm very sorry about the cursor not showing up, guys. There isn't much I can do about this. There isn't much I can do about this at the moment. So I apologize about that. I apologize about that. But for some reason the cursor isn't showing up. There's nothing much I can do about it, but it's fine. I can narrate what I'm doing. And that'll go well enough for now, right? 16,000 feet, no visuals anywhere out the window. Oh, look, we can kind of see that there's life beneath us, which is good. VNAV working as it should, LNAV working as it should, still pretty fast here, that's okay. We're still a little bit away from the airport. We've got, what is our destination? 71 nautical miles, that's still quite a bit. So we're okay in terms of altitude for sure. So yeah, we're okay. You can make up for this apology by live streaming a jet soon. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So a jet, I've never done a jet in X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12 does have a couple of jets that come by default. Maybe we could try some of them. They're not as fun in X-Plane 12 as they are in MSFS, quite frankly, because you know with jets, you want some visuals and stuff. But I could try, depending on which one gets chosen here, to be honest with you. Okay, but I've noted what you've just said. Live streaming a jet. That's gonna come soon again. That was fun the last time, wasn't it? The flying of the Hawk T1 in Valley Air Base. That was pretty fun. It was a very fun flight to do. So yeah, if you guys want to see that again, I'll be more than happy to jump into another one of my jet aircrafts and make that happen. Okay. Musuk is coming up. There is Musuk, our beginning of the arrival procedure into Oman. So 13,000 feet coming up. This is exactly where we need to do that. And let's check our pressure for today. 29.76 is QNH into Oman. So I'm going to set that up right now. QNH at 29.76 into Oman. There we go. We're supposed to slow down at Itlaq, which is coming up in a bit. So we've still got some distance to go there. Should have some weather. Ooh, waypoint. Airport. Data. Position. Oh, we do have pause information right here, so we can have that. Terrain. Okay, good. Looking good. As we come into land, unfortunately the pole is stuck in 50-50, so it doesn't really do much. There you go, making a lovely turn here. Let me go and reduce that range on this display because why not, right? Increase the range on this one. For the time being, no, we'll leave it like this. We'll leave it like this. Leave both of them like this. Okay, there is Oman underneath us. We need to be careful. Cannot see the airport lights or anything like that. Nothing just yet. Beautiful though. Coming down through 10,000 feet. Is that a road underneath? The streaks of light? Yeah, the streaks of lights are roads underneath, and some of them you can actually see vehicles moving on them as well. I don't know if you can notice that. On your far left corner, there is a vehicle there moving on the road. There are vehicles moving all over the road as well. So yeah, they are. 10,000 feet. Oh, what is wrong with that? There is... We're going towards Itlaq, right? Yeah, we are. Okay, we're fine. Excellent. Great that you're able to notice that. Let's put down our landing lights. 10,000 feet has been reached. Good. Good on the auto brake. Good on that. Good on everything else here. We're looking... okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. Turn down the dome light a little bit. Got better visibility outside for that. You can put it on at just that much. And we'll leave it like that for now. Coming down through 8,900 feet. Runway is dead ahead, so we have to remember that. We are coming in dead ahead into the runway. There isn't much in the way of turns and twists on this particular approach. It's just dead in towards runway of choice today, which I don't know which one is our runway of choice. Forgotten. We're landing into runway 08 left. Okay, that's correct. 08 left. Okay. The taxi to the cargo stands are very, very long and far. So yeah. There are only 3 real cargo stands at the airport available to us. That's going to be something we need to worry about, but apart from that, it's going to be a long taxi today if we want to park in the right. Too early for Sky Dolly. It's too... Oh, but no, there's no Sky Dolly in X-Plane 12. So, Thyra, we've got... Sky Dolly only works in MSFS. It doesn't work in X-Plane 12, and we don't need Sky Dolly or any other replay tool in X-Plane 12 because X-Plane 12 automatically does the replay. It's already available automatically. We just need to press the replay thing. It will automatically replay for us, so no issue in that in X-Plane 12. Okay, 6,000 feet. Still too high to... Yeah, it is cool. The replay modes in X-Plane 12 are usually very good. Let's reduce the range on that now. Still coming in towards Itlak. We're supposed to be below... What are we looking at? 3,400 above, 2,200... What the heck? 2,800... This doesn't... Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, we're going down towards 2,200, and at 2,200... we should be able to catch the glide slope and localizer and all that good stuff. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Look. We've got a DME and LNAV, VNAV already. 23 nautical miles. FMC message, drag required for slowing down. We don't need drag. We're fine. We're just fine. Oh, for 200 knots. Oh, yeah, we do need it. Okay, but why aren't we hitting 200 knots yet? We need to go down towards 200 knots, man. You know what, let me put my flaps down. Flaps position 1. Yeah. Interesting. That is interesting. Okay, we're at 4,000. There's the airport in sight. I'm considering getting X-Plane on my laptop. How can I learn it? Just watch my streams. How about that? Just watch my streams. I'll also do a couple of tutorials on X-Plane 12 that you can pick up, and yeah, I'll send you the links for some, perhaps I can show you some links for great channels to pick up some X-Plane knowledge on and stuff, and that will be it. You can easily run X-Plane and have lots of fun. X-Plane is also much more realistic in terms of flying than Microsoft Flight Sim. So if you're good at X-Plane, you're going to be so good. So you're going to have lots of fun there, so nothing to worry about there. It's pretty easy to learn, pretty easy to... It can be a little intimidating at first, but apart from that, it's not that difficult at all. What's the easiest aircraft to start with? Easiest? There is no such thing, per se, in X-Plane 12. I would say you should get started with the 737. That's a good place to get started with. Okay, let's go localizer on the runway. Localizer caught successfully. I don't have any fancy equipment. A simple mouse and a keyboard is enough. You can fly with a mouse and a keyboard. You can fly with your mouse. It's not that difficult. X-Plane easily lets you do that. That's a good part about X-Plane. Let's go to glide slope now. And let's go to approach mode on this one. Doesn't really do much, does it? The approach mode per se. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, okay, it does now. Drag required. Oh, okay. This time we do need drag, huh? There we go. Let's put our flaps down. Glide slope caught. Mouse and keyboard is all you need, so don't you worry about it. You should start with the 737 by level up. I will show you how to do that. You can get started with the 737 by level up. That's all you need to do. In fact, I have a flight on it already, so you can just copy paste it if you want. There you go, position 20. Let's drop our gear now. Minimums at 200, please. So X-Plane has a cool thing where you can easily use mouse and keyboard to fly, so not a problem at all. Let's reduce our speed here all the way down to reference speed. Flaps down. Reference speed is 160. Okay, speed brake armed, flaps down, gear down, everything else set. Let me go runway turn off lights on, taxi lights on in advance. Why not? 1,000 feet. This is where I usually take manual control, so it's time for us to take manual control. Let me try and disengage the autopilot here. My aircraft. Well, thank you very much, Tyra. I shall post that on quite a bit, so you can use that for your reference, and that will help you get started with X-Plane 12. Okay, time to land. Let's see. Proceed.
100.
Okay.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right. That was a hard touchdown. There we go. Okay. We are into Oman. That was a very hard touchdown. Auto brake off. There we go. Let's go ahead and put those flaps up all the way. Let's put our strobe lights and all that stuff are still on. It's okay. FD off. Auto throttle off. FD off. There we go. Good. Where the hell is that again? Okay. Let's come down to XPDR there. I somehow enjoy hard landings in person more. They're fun and very nice. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we're flying a cargo aircraft at the end of the day. Not a big deal. So we're good. We are good. Oh, we got our airport map there as well, so we can turn off. So we can turn off and see what we can do. Okay, we'll turn off and try and find our cargo parking here, and then we'll go in for our landing replay. Okay, so turning off, landing lights off. This one is already on. We'll leave the runway turn offs. You know what, I'll turn them off. Strobe lights off as well. There we go. Oh, it says no entry there. No. We can go this way. Let's turn our giant aircraft around here. There we go. Let's go all the way this way. Just like that. 60% now say MSFS. Okay. That's interesting. Give it a bit of oomph there. As I like to call thrust, we give it a bit of oomph and then we go towards the cargo parking somehow. Which is not near us. It's on the other side of the airport, to be honest. Okay. Cool. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put down that spoiler right there. Welcome to Oman. Default airport's much better in X-Plane 12, obviously. Okay. Still continuing on here. What's the fastest speed you can safely drive an aircraft on land? That's a rough question. For taxiing, usually 30 knots is a hard limit. But more often than not, in real life, pilots don't taxi faster than... they usually keep it at about 20-25 knots. 20 knots, I would say. 30 is a stretch. But 30 is like the hard limit. You don't want to go above 30. But 20 maybe. But in terms of safely drive, I mean, technically aircrafts take off at hundreds of knots, right? So you can go at about 180 knot if you're on the runway and just accelerating, I suppose. Now there is a speed at which maybe around 200 something, 220, 250 knots, somewhere there, when if you're on the ground at that speed, your tires will burst. So that's something to remember. A bunch of useless information from the FMC right now. So yeah, if you go at about 200, 220, something like that, your tires are gonna burst. So that's something to remember. Depends on the aircraft, of course. For this particular aircraft, it might be about 160 knots. If you're fully loaded up, you could take off as early as maybe 130 knot if you're light. The most... I've never seen any takeoff speed faster than about 165. I've seen VR at about 170, as in the speed at which you rotate the aircraft to leave the ground, at about 160. I have not seen more than that. I mean 170. Yeah, 170 I've seen VR. I've not seen more than that. So okay, let's turn this thing off to our left here. That's the fastest I've seen. Slowest 70 knots on a GA aircraft, 60 knots on a GA aircraft is the slowest. So depends on what you're looking for. Okay, this doesn't lead us anywhere, or does it lead us anywhere? Because I do want to get out of here as quickly as possible. Should we take this turn? No, you know what? I'll take the turn upcoming. Yeah, I'll take the upcoming turn because we are in a military area. It's the same speed for fighter jets as well, believe it or not. It's usually the same speed. For example, the last jet that I flew in, Valley AB, you take off at around 120 knots, which is 40 knots slower than our takeoff speed for today. So, you know, it depends. Some jets maybe 150 knots, but it's not much faster than that. Jets also take off at a relatively low speed compared to what they fly at, and there's a reason for that. And the main reason for that is the fact that on land you want to be as slow as possible when you take off. And the tires will burst. The tires will burst if you go too fast on the ground. How does that make sense? Well, because you don't take off, usually you don't take off in the same configuration as you fly in, right? So you got flaps down, you got some other stuff set up, so it lets you take off faster. And once you're in the air, you change configuration for faster flying. That's what happens with supersonic jet aircraft almost always. They have a different configuration when they take off and when they're flying super fast. It might not necessarily be the swing wing mechanism, but it could be something else. Okay, let's make another turn here. Long taxi here, guys. Sorry about this extremely long taxi. Still waiting on the landing replay, I know, but very long taxi. But here we are. And I have to say, the ground handling in X-Plane 12 is so much better than MSFS. Our aircraft tires also rubber? 100%. They are rubber tires. The crucial difference is that they are filled with only nitrogen. Rather than regular air, they are filled with pure nitrogen. Because nitrogen expands less than regular air. And it is far less flammable than regular air. Obviously, it's an inert gas. That's why you have nitrogen in airplane tires, so pure nitrogen. This is technically a military ramp that we're flying past, but for some reason, I mean, driving past, we've got commercial aircraft over here. That's interesting. I'm gonna go and park ourselves at the cargo ramp. Look at how good these hangars look. This is default, by the way. You would never see a hangar like this with this level of detail in MSFS by default. It's not possible. You'd only see this in a handcrafted airport. But here we are in a default airport with just the enhancement pack, airport enhancement pack running in X-Plane 12, and everything is so grand. I must say, it looks fantastic. Okay, let me, we're getting close, ladies and gentlemen, not long to go at all. It's right around the corner. Not this one, the upcoming turns. Aircraft tires have air, it's not just rubber all the way through, so technically you can puncture a tire. Of course, it's not rubber all the way through. No. It is air. It's nitrogen filled, completely nitrogen filled, and yes, tire punctures are a common occurrence in takeoffs and landings. Tires puncture way more than people realize, but yeah. Tire bursts, you usually call it a burst because it's not usually just a puncture, you know what I mean? When the tire blows in an airplane, it just boom, just explodes most of the time. But yeah, let's give it a bit more power here. I think I braked too hard. Is that safe? For the most part, much of operations, it doesn't really affect it much, but there are cases where a blown tire has led to an accident. For example, one of the most gruesome, air crashes are gruesome in their, by nature they're gruesome, right? They're pretty intense and whatever. The death it's a pretty intense kind of thing, but one of the more gruesome air crashes ever was a Nation Air crash in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It was a DC-8, and that particular aircraft, what happened to it was, it took off. This is supposed to be the cargo ramp. I know it's not, but in the real airport, this is supposed to be the cargo ramp, so we're just gonna park it in here. Apparently, I don't know, I'm not sure. So it took off, and with underinflated tires, and that led to tire punctures during takeoff. The tires punctured, and guess what happened? The tire scraped along the runway, the axle scraped along the runway, the whole thing caught fire. When the pilots retracted the landing gear, the whole thing went in and started a fire inside the landing gear bay. That set fire to all sorts of things like the cables, the hydraulic fluids, everything just went on fire. The fire was so hot it started melting the actual skin of the aircraft, the actual fuselage. Fire burned through to the cabin, everything. They tried their best. It was immediately after takeoff. And then they turned around and tried coming back in for a landing. But they literally didn't have enough time, right? The fire burned through the aircraft in such a way that bodies were falling off 11 miles away from the airport. The bodies were falling off from the aircraft while it was flying back into the airport to try and land. There were literal bodies and seats and everything flying down right over the city. So yeah, that is what happened. That is what happened. And they didn't manage. The second they put down the landing gear for landing, the whole thing came apart and the aircraft crashed short of the runway. So yeah, the aircraft, yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So yeah, a tire puncture can lead to something that bad. However, most of the time it's okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay now that we have finally reached our apron and parked in right on time. As a matter of fact, before we do check the landing replay, let me just go in here and turn on that APUA. Let that happen. Anyway, let's go ahead, take a look at the landing replay. So Alt R here for the replay, and let's rewind. Let's rewind, ladies and gentlemen, let's rewind. That is one of the more gruesome crashes that I'm aware of, so it was pretty bad. Everybody perished, I believe. Yeah, everybody unfortunately died on that flight. Our taxi is very long today, so let's see how long it will take us to rewind this. I could fast forward through the rewinding a bit, but I have to be careful. There we go. A bit more. A bit more. A bit more. That's us on the runway. Yeah, it is us on the runway, finally. So somewhere 1827 is when we land. Let's go back. There we go. We'll replay it from right here. Ta-da! Let's see how that landing is. Beautiful lights. Yeah, that was a hard landing for sure. Oh my god. Oh, okay, not... Ooh, that nose gear drop wasn't good. The main landing was much better. That nose gear dropping was not good. I should have put that up in the air much more than that, huh? Let's go back. Let's check out the landing from this view. Check that out.
Approaching minimums.
Yeah, I should have kept that nose gear up in the air much more. Yeah, that was a hard landing, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely need to inspect the landing gear after that one. Good lord. And I have to be honest with you, I had a much better landing the one flight I did with this. Yikes. We'll try this one next. Let's try this one next. Okay, play that. Yeah. It's very difficult. Very hard landing there. Okay. Let's go back there and try my favorite view of all time, which is right here. Right? And then we're gonna go in and zoom in on that guy. Just like that. Gonna let that play, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The way how that nose gear drops is not good, man. That is too hard of a drop on the nose gear. Come on. I think I just let it go. What in the heck was that? Beautiful view though. Very nice. Yeah, that was it's pretty hard. Anyway, interesting landing there. All right. Let's go back to where we left off our aircraft right here. Don't pause it. There we go. There's a beautiful aircraft we're looking at with our engine still running. Okay, here we are. Don't worry about the brake temperature. That is not us. That is the landing replay. Not a big deal. Okay. Good. Good. Let's go ahead. Put the flaps up. Flaps are up. All of this is stowed. It has to be stowed. There we go. Nice and easy. That's done. Let's go up here. Let's make sure that all the relevant lights are off, which they are. Brilliant. APU is running, right? It should be. And let's switch to our APU generators, right? APU isn't running? Oh, there it is. APU switch. Complete. It's so beautiful at night. It is. It's very beautiful at night, isn't it? Let's come down here. Electric generators, whatever is off. Okay. Just gonna turn this on, who cares? Alright, I'm gonna shut down our engines. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Engines shut down, ladies and gentlemen. Engines shut down. Let us come here, connect those, and let's go up there. We will ask for these two to switch in there. Let's switch that off. Beacon lights, strobe lights can come off. Beacon lights off there. That can come off. That can come off. Actually, this can be left on here. Followed by these off here. We don't need them. That can come off. Very nice. Fuel pumps can come off. There we go. Window heats can come off. Packs can come off. That can come off. This can come off. That can come off if we want to. Who cares? And those two can come off. And emergency lights can be off. Armed or off? Wait. Just like that. There we go. And then all of this can come like this, which is completely unnecessary, by the way. This can come off. That can go off. And APU can go off. Yeah, this can come off. There we go. And ta-da. Ta-da indeed. Okay, all of that is set and done. That can come to standby. There we go. Good. All of this is done. All of this is done. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on external power at the moment. This is how I like to leave our aircraft for today. Looking good and looking beautiful. Alrighty. Okay. Thyra, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream today and staying active in the chats. Much appreciated. I assume you've already voted as to which you'd like to see next. Thank you very much, Mr. Anas, for chiming in the beginning. Thank you very much for... Oh, you're always chiming into the live stream, so thank you very much for that, Mr. Anas. I don't know if you're still here, and I also believe that you've already cast your vote, if I'm not mistaken. But okay, so we got 5 votes only, and I did say at the beginning of the stream that I need at least 5 votes to take into consideration this particular vote. So at least 5 votes required for this poll to be valid, and we've got 5 votes exactly. And I'm going to end this poll right now. I believe everyone else has voted, and I'm ending this poll. I've ended the poll. That was so fun and scenic at night. Well, thank you very much, Thyra. Thank you so much. Which sim should I fly on in the next stream? You guys have answered MSFS 24. So in the next stream, I'm going to be flying MSFS 2024. And as suggested by Thyra, she would like to see a jet flight. That's fascinating, isn't it? So I might jump in for another jet flight in MSFS 2024 first. And that's what I'll do then. Okay, so jet flight in MSFS 2024 it is for our next flight. How about that? How about that? Brilliant. Okay, with that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you everybody who tuned into my live stream. Thank you very much, Thyra. Thank you very much, Mr. Rannis. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And I shall catch you guys in the next live stream. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, especially if you're watching this and you're new to the channel. Please do that. Helps out the channel quite a lot as I push towards 1K sub. So thank you very much, guys. I shall catch you soon. Sure, good night and see you again, Thyra. And so yeah, thank you very much and see you soon. Until next time, have a good day. Bye bye.